Good afternoon, Wealth Our Way Nation. Happy Monday. What is going on with everyone? It is your man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. I welcome each and every one of you to episode 79. Let's start a business. We're going to talk about business formation, business purpose, business structure, all things businesses this week on 15 Minutes of Finance. Before we get started, though, I want to thank each and every one of you who are live with me now as I stream across the Wealth Our Way Facebook and YouTube pages. I want to give the Wow Nation salute to the Wealth Our Way Nation members who watch this program pre-recorded overnight, over the weekend, wherever you can squeeze 15 minutes of financial literacy in, and then a heartfelt how are you to the Life 101 platform members who listen to the audio recording of this very here program. So you guys know I'm pro-business. If you've read my ebook, The 5 Major Money Moves and 3 Money Must-Dos, you know right on that list is starting your own business. So I got a member of Wow Nation inboxed me probably about 2 weeks ago regarding business structure, whether or not certain elements of forming a business, they pertain to him or not. And as I tell you guys all the time, I'm starting to throw my disclaimer in there daily. What I do here is for educational and informational purposes. When you are trying to find out exactly what happens for you in your situation, you got to take a deeper dive. Internet is a beautiful place. Social media is a wonderful world for you to go out and get information. But I tell you all the time, you're getting just enough information to be dangerous. To have more information that pertains to your situation, and particularly, you need to talk to one of these financial talking heads, whether it's me or someone else, a little more deeper dive to see how your situation is affected by the information you're hearing. With that being said, let me remind each and every one of you, you see the Wild Wealth Building contest for 2021 is still rocking and rolling. We are having our 3-day webinar starting on the 14th, which I believe is Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Today is the 11th. So yeah, make Thursday the 14th. It's going to air 45-minute snippets Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you'll get more information on when that's happening as we progress through the week. So let's get into this conversation about I want to start a business. The very first thing that you should come to terms with when you decide you want to start a business is understanding what starting a business means. I work with a great many small business owners, and what I find is that a lot of people, they want freedom, they want higher incomes, they want more autonomy, they want to see a lot of instant gratification for the work that they put in. And then you hear a lot of, from the social media and internet side, you don't want to make someone else rich. You want to make yourself and your family rich as opposed to someone else. Businesses allow you to do all of these things. I've known people who have had jobs at major corporations, mid-level corporations through their whole life. They couldn't hand that job to their child or their grandchild because they didn't have any say. I've watched people spend a lot of time in public service, whether they're politicians or in school districts, just really giving the key years of their life and their mental capacity to these entities, only at the end to be, just a line in the obituary, like, hey, you worked at Philadelphia Public Schools for 40 years, and that's it. The whole purpose of business ownership is building equity, building something up that you own, that you watch the value of grow all of the time. And I spend a lot of time trying to explain to my audience, my clients, people who hear me speak, there is a huge difference between building a successful business and being self-employed. So I want to spend part of today talking about that difference because it's something that's lost on a lot of people. They don't understand the difference. If I work for myself, it's my business, I'm self-employed, and I'm a small business owner. There is truth to that statement, but there's a difference between theory and practice. So in theory, if you start a business and you run the business, you are self-employed and you own a business. However, you guys have heard me say on previous 15 Minute of Finance broadcasts, there is a difference between having a company that if you step outside of the company for any period of time, whether it's 5 minutes, 5 weeks, 5 months, or 5 years, if you step outside of that business, can that business continue to function? Will it be profitable? Will it grow? And if the answer to that is yes, then you own a business. If the answer to that is no, if the only reason this business succeeds, the only reason this business makes any money, the only reason this business turns a profit, and do note that I said specifically, make money, turn a profit. They are two different things in a lot of cases. But if that only happens because you show up every day, then you are self-employed. You have to work day in, day out inside the business for money to generate. Now, understand this, because I know we live in a hypersensitive age where everyone's comparing themselves to the Joneses. Everyone wants to make sure they're doing it right. And when I make a delineation between something like self-employed and owning a business, people can get offended. Oh, I own a business. I run this. What do you mean I'm just self-employed? There's no disrespect in me saying that you're self-employed. It's actually me giving you free information to understand that there is a difference, and you want to look at your own business and make sure you're structured properly if your desire is to own a business. I'm in financial services. Let's use me as an example. Before I came and started Wealth Our Way and decided to make a platform where people could get information outside of just hearing Charles Tank Harris speak, I ran a financial services practice. I was a salesperson of financial information, a salesperson of financial products. If I did not get up, make phone calls, convince people of what my knowledge meant to their financial success, I didn't make any money. There was no revenue generation unless I generated it. Now at Wealth Our Way, there's still a large part of the revenue generation that relies on Charles Tank Harris. However, we have built and continue to build a library of information, videos that I'm creating all the time, things that I'm saying and doing, and sites that I'm on, that now someone from one time that I've produced it can buy it later on, hear it, and revenue can be produced without me being present. The other thing that is the platform that I'm creating is to have people come underneath of me. And that's another thing in a business. Can you replicate yourself? So often when we're thinking about starting a business, we want to, we get asked the question all the time, why are you going into business? What's special about what you want to do? And a lot of times, because there aren't a surplus of brand new ideas, a lot of times we're just recreating and reinventing old ideas. The difference is us. That's the reason the business is going to work. I was at this company and I learned how to do A, B, and C. But there are a couple of things about the process that they do over there that I think if I had my own company, I could do better. So I'm going to start my own company. I'm going to do what I learned over there, but I'm going to do it my own special way. And I'm going to make this my business. That is the American dream. By the way, that is how traditionally small businesses got started. You went to go work for IBM. You worked there for 16 years. You progressed to middle management. And then you saw a way to take one small facet of what this huge company did and do it better. And you started a little company called, JKC. And you did what IBM did, but you did it smaller, more efficiently, and better. And that's why your business succeeded. There's nothing wrong with that. I always tell people when I speak in schools to kids, I tell them, think of your early jobs as paid training. Don't think of your early jobs as a job. Nobody likes to go to work. Nobody wants a job. Think of it as college continued or high school continued, but instead of you paying for it, it now pays you. While you're there, don't just go in every day like a drone and just do what's given to you. Learn the process. See if it's something that you can improve upon. Start your own business and do it better. So the first thing this week that we need to ask ourselves as a question, because we're going to progress through the week with these questions, is, do I even want to start a business? I have a very good friend. He will remain nameless, very successful financial advisor, very successful, probably one of the most successful financial advisors that I've met in the industry over the last quarter century. And he works at a brokerage firm. When I got started, I was at Smith Barney. He was at Morgan Stanley. I asked him, I said, everything that I am doing is designed to one day get out of this stockbroker wirehouse platform and have my own thing. They keep telling me I'm the business. I need to get out of here. Why don't you get out of here? And he said to me, point blank, he said, Tank, I don't want to run a business. I want to be a financial advisor. If I walk into this office and the lights aren't working, the computers aren't working, we're out of business cards, I don't want that to be my responsibility. I want to pick up a phone call and tell these people who are getting 40% of the revenue I bring in, this is your job, fix it. And I got him. I understand that everybody's different. Me, I want that 40%. So I'm focusing on how to get rid of my partner as the brokerage firm and find a way to do things more efficiently myself. But as my man BIG said, more money, more problems. When you are running everything yourself, when you first start out in your business, it's a saying that entrepreneurs have, you are everything from the janitor to the CEO. Everything falls on you. There are a lot of times where I would like to delegate certain tasks. And as you get more and more successful, you can only grow by delegating. You can't do everything. You can't be a bottleneck. There's a great book I just finished listening to called Who, Not How. And the premise of that book is when you have something that needs to happen that you want to use to grow your business, don't go learn how to do it. You're going to take yourself away from doing what you are good at to go learn something else. Don't do that. Find who can do it and delegate it to them. You want who, not how. Now, that's a great concept. I think the book is awesome. I listened to it. I'm actually getting the physical copy of it so I can keep it in my library. But there's some things, all great advice, if we're being honest and pragmatic, it comes with that may not work for me exactly, because when you want to bring on who's cost money. People don't normally work for free. So once again, if you're a small business owner starting out, the one thing you probably are strapped and challenged for is liquidity and capital. So it'd be great if you could hire a marketing team. It would be, right now I've been trying to produce my videos for my content for over a year. It's very time consuming because most of the time I am servicing existing clients who pay me all the time. So I can't stop serving them to go make videos that may or may not make me money. The other thing is making the videos. I'm not a tech person. You guys hear me complain about technology all the time. I would love to have even this video, 15 minutes of finance that I do. This is cool, but I would like it to be more produced, more polished. I have better programs when I have a guest on. I would love to have someone who schedules my guests weeks in advance. We have topics. I figure out what topic I'm talking about probably, unless I start a week and I have a whole week theme, I normally figure it out the day I'm about to start, 20, 30, 40 minutes before I post it on Facebook. I would love to have more structure, but I don't have time to do that because I'm doing other things. And I also don't feel as though an investment in a person to do that is prudent for me at this juncture. So when you are a small business owner, these are all things that fall into your lap. So the very first question you have to ask yourself is, do I want a job or do I want to own a business? Now, if I want a job and I want to get away from the working for someone else structure, starting a business will still be for me, but I'll be doing that with the idea of just being self-employed. I'm not going to create an entity that will grow outside of me, that will require me to not just do whatever I'm good at, but to also be a manager of a business and grow it so that it can have value, grow in value, one day be sold. So that's what we're going to be talking about this week. Today, we just got the general ideas of a business. Glad to be back in the 15-minute format. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the types of business to get involved in. We ran a whole series in August of side hustles and different ways to make money. We'll also be talking about business structuring as we move through the week. I missed you guys over the weekend. We had tech difficulties last week. We're back in full effect. My computer is still not working right. I'm shooting this from my iPad, but the show goes on. I want you guys to show up Tuesday ready to learn some more. Realize that the webinar on all things life insurance is at the end of the week, and we are going to have a great week here on 15 Minutes of Finance at Wealth Our Way. Please never forget that wealth is not only for the wealthy. Have a great day.